Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If not, welcome back. Today I'm gonna do a quick little video about the awesome Silk+Sonder self-care. It's like self-care journals, kind of like date books, calendar planners, like meal plan, exercise, mindfulness, kind of everything all rolled into one. So I actually just recently became an affiliate with them, and so I wanted to do a video. I did kind of touch on it in another video, one of my self-care mom videos, but I did want to kind of go through and show what I like about it and how it can help you. So just starting off by saying that I think that I saw this on like YouTube, or not YouTube, on Facebook. Of course, always me getting the targeted ads. So I'm not sure if it was that or what, but anyway, that's not really. Anyway, so let's get started. So the thing that I really like about this is not only is it paper and pencil kind of a thing. I have my happy planner here too. This is like my mom happy planner, but I've always been kind of like a person that prefers to use paper and pen versus using my phone. Even now, I still like to use my date book and use a bunch of different trackers for things like, you know, water intake, things like that. Those I do use on my phone and my Fitness Pal, but this is also like really nice to just be able to kind of write things down on paper and be able to reflect back on it. And then also to be able to kind of give yourself small goals and then to make them, I feel like you kind of, part of their motto is like to kind of forget about perfection and just to seek better for yourself. So I think that's something that me and a ton of moms that I know probably could really understand and kind of empathize with. So anyway, so they have the journals. So every month you get a journal, and it's before the first of the month. You get a journal, and then they have like a little kind of like an insert. I don't have mine, of course, but I think they have like a little how to use your journal kind of thing, and then there's an app that goes along with it, and that's like honestly the most important part of this, if you ask me, because like if I don't, like you can see, I don't think I even used this at all this month, and the month is almost over. But if I don't use the app, I won't use the journal. So something that I kind of need to make sure that I do every month is sign up for the socials, and they're called Sonder socials, and they're really cool. They kind of keep you organized in respect to like making sure that you're going to make time for yourself as a person, separately from the whole mom situation that you have going on in your life, or the wife situation, or whatever this, even like your professional job, if you need to have a way to kind of break free from that. And I know today it's like work-life balance is kind of like all meshed together, so this is a nice way to kind of reflect on things that you're doing well, things that you need to improve on, set some smarter, more achievable goals for yourself. And then like when you are on the socials, you really honestly learn a lot from the other people. That's what I've benefited from anyway. So let's get started going through. So the beginning of the book just kind of has like a oh, okay, if this is lost, send it to me, whatever kind of book. And then here's the little QR code for you to download the app. And the app has self-care games. It has a lot of like bingos, things like that. So that's something that's really cool, and I think it's really beneficial. So here's my journal, and this is my April journal, and I don't think I've actually done any of it, but I started to sign up for some events, I think last week and the week before. So I've been using this, and then also I've been using a couple other different methods to like keep myself organized as a mom. And here's the overall year of 2022, and then there's the month calendar for April. Obviously we're like, I don't know, right here, the 20th. So this is actually almost the end of the month, so I haven't really worked on this at all. And then there's the future. Let me just unfold this. And sorry, my nails and my fingers look terrible. I've been biting the skin on my nails, so gross, like, but I need to paint my nails anyway. And sorry about my nose, I'm super stuffed up. So here's the future calendars, and then they also have these like grid pages which come in handy. So when you set up a March or a April or whatever month that you're working on, when you set up a like the monthly setup, I think that's what it's called, or plan your month or something, then they kind of like go through like, what do you want to accomplish this month kind of thing. And I feel like it's beneficial to have someone else kind of spell out like what you should be doing in here. There's no rules, like it doesn't mean that you have to do it this way or anything, but it's helpful to me to have someone else kind of like leading me and kind of holding myself accountable by actually signing up for the socials and then actually going to them. I don't know, I was doing one the other night. It was like a labyrinth. I don't know, I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm totally saying it wrong. Anyway, I had to end up leaving that one early because of the baby, but I thought that was a plan your week event, so I was really confused when I opened it up and it wasn't that. But I really like this page, and this kind of gives you like all the different sectors of your life: spiritual health, personal, relationships, physical, money, and your professional goals. So you can kind of jot down like things that you're working on or things that you would like to improve on. These two pages I'm really bad with. I really don't use them to my best ability, but mood tracker, and you can pick like, I don't know, like 6 different moods. And when you're on the socials, they have like a wheel of emotions, I guess you could call it, and you can color code it too. A lot of people do color coding. I'm really bad at getting these pages filled up, but honestly, they're so pretty. Like, I think that's what drew me into the program in the first place, is that it looked pretty. Habits, and like I've done before, as simple as like posting things in my Amazon group, posting things in my my Facebook page, working on the business with my husband, working on, I don't know, like just not yelling at my kids as much, things like that. So even like working out and going to the gym, those are things that I've tracked before. This I do not use at all. Like, I use my Apple Watch for that instead. I don't know how people can tell you when they woke up and when they went to sleep unless they have an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or something. And this is a gratitude log, and honestly I should have started filling this out at the beginning of the month, because it looks like there's 30 lines, so you have enough lines to fill up one thing a day. But again, I didn't use it. Radiance prompts. I don't think I've done this one, but this, and like the topic every month it changes. This month it's radiance. I feel like last month it was gratitude or something. So like when you sit on the socials, they kind of talk about what does that word mean to me, and like what does it resonate in with your life. So you can fill these out or you can skip them. It doesn't really, like I said, like there's no rules. You can do whatever you want. This is a really good one, and I probably will do this one maybe when I get off the camera. So this one is, who is someone that fills the room with radiance? What are their unique qualities and what makes them radiance? Do you see some of those qualities in you? Why or why not? And I immediately can think of my one friend. And if you know me personally, you might actually know who I'm thinking of. But she's always like super bubbly and everyone loves her. And she emits like just, I don't know how to explain it. Like she's just a good person and positive all the time. I mean, not all the time, like granted, but most of the time. Okay, so then there's, I don't know, a little poem or something. This is one of my favorite things, and they do have Sonder socials that have, let me just fix this light, sorry. They have socials for the coloring pages. This one, I haven't done this one, but this is like radiant sketch what makes you feel radiant. Create your own bingo. Now, I usually do the bingos in the actual app because I feel like it's something I can check off and then I feel like I accomplished something. Another thing that I like that they do, I haven't actually made any of these, but I mean, the recipes look really good, and people always say that, excuse me, always say that they look good, or they taste good. So this one has jackfruit, which I think it's that funky fruit that's like that huge one that's stinky. I don't know. Oh yeah, it is. See, there's some right here. So it is that funky one that has like the pricklies, and I feel like it's really stinky. I don't know. Okay, so here's the other night. I started to do the maze or labyrinth. I can't say it. Anyway, let's move on because I can't talk. All right, this one looks cool. This is something I haven't actually done yet on the journals. Is the word wheel. But this is something that I really like word puzzles and things like that. I don't know if it's like, I think it's got to do with like the side brain that you are more, is that like left brained or right brained or something. But I definitely love to do puzzles and spelling, like not Sudoku. I don't know how to do those, but word finds, things like that. All right, and then there's a riddle. Then they have an expense tracker. Again, this is not something that I usually use. I primarily use the weekly setup, and I really like that they have little to-dos, and then each week they also have different habits. So things that I've put in mine in the past have been tracking my workouts, posting on my Facebook group, just kind of keeping up with social media in general. And then another thing that I like, and I just want to make sure you can see, okay, is the meal plan chart, because a lot of times, like, sometimes I'm really not consistent with eating, and that's like a problem. So there'll definitely be days that it's like, oh, it's 3 o'clock, I haven't eaten anything yet, or I only ate a yogurt and that's all I ate today, so let me eat. I just happen to eat late a lot anyway, but it's not healthy, and I gotta get better at that. And then there's like a little mind, health, body plan, shopping list, and then I am loving, something that you're loving. For me, I'd probably put, I just started reading the book Where the Crawdads Sing, I think it's called. And so far I really like it. It kind of reminds me of To Kill a Mockingbird, the writing, the style of it, and then also the fact that it's like in the South and then early 1900s. So here's the weekly setup, and I never track weather. Like, I have that on my iPhone or my whatever. I don't need to track that. But I do use the scratch pad, like if I'm on the phone and I need to make phone calls or something, I will do that. Something that I like about this too is that it's lighter weight than my whole happy planner. And honestly, like, I am a happy planner for life kind of person. I went with another one last year and I just kind of couldn't get into it. But the thing that I don't like about the happy planner, the ones that I get the classic size, is that they are kind of bulky. And if you're like me, you kind of want everything in there. So of course I make it too heavy. So at the end of the week, they have this weekly reflection, and I really like this part because it's like a highlight. A rose is a highlight, a bud is an emerging opportunity, and then a thorn is something that's been challenging. So when you're in the Sonder socials, they kind of prompt you to reflect on what was good for you this week, what was, something that came up, and then something that also was challenging. A lot of times mine has to do with being home with my kids, because that's challenging. And then again, you have the next couple days. So it's just going through the week. Again, weekly reflections. I think that's it. So yeah. And then they have to-dos. I don't know if I said that earlier. But I think like the actual, so like the actual activities and things are all in the beginning. And then towards the end of the book is where you get your actual weekly events. And then they also have it by week 17. So that would be next week. So I guess we're in week 16. So yeah, I haven't filled this out, but honestly I really need to, because I feel like not only am I more like grounded and like not so crazy when I write things down, because I kind of have a plan. I feel like I'm more calm, and I don't know if it's because I just, write it down and it's there for me to see, like, this is what I need to do. But like I said, like, a lot of the stuff they focus on is like to kind of abandon the perfectionism mentality. And I feel like a lot of millennials and a lot of women, especially women millennials, have that mentality, and have the mentality of like, okay, well, I have to do this and it has to be perfect or I'm a failure. But like, that's not the truth. Like, it's really stupid to think like that, honestly. So that's something I've been working on myself, and then also kind of like holding myself accountable to at least do one of the Sonder socials a month, because if you don't, I've found with myself, if I don't sign up for the events and attend them, then I might not have an hour during the week to take care of myself. So I feel like it's twofold. It's, self-care mixed with planning, scheduling, budgeting, all of that stuff. Like, you could honestly use this as your monthly planner. I don't, because I already found, I already had my happy planner, but I don't know, maybe this will replace it. So yeah, it's something that I really like. It's something that I think is really helpful, and it's something that I think that you guys definitely should try, especially if you're like me and you like to be a planner. And this is a letter from the CEO, the lady who created it, and she seems really super down to earth and relatable. Even though like she totally worked, I feel like she said she worked in like corporate advertising or something, so that's really not anything I have familiarity with, but just things that she says, like, you kind of feel like everybody can relate to it, whether it's at home or work or personal, whatever. So yeah, like in this, she's talking about how she started it, and a lot of times on the socials, you take these pages and you do stuff with them. Or then they will also have suggestions on how to repurpose, like the sleep tracker. You might repurpose it, like, I don't know, maybe make a goal to sleep more. When you're like me and you have little babies and kids, it's like kind of impossible. But yeah, so I will definitely link below all the information about how to get a discount on your subscription. And I totally think you should try it, because it's kind of like been a breath of fresh air for me, and I was going to cancel it. I said to the lady on the phone when I was doing the, like the webinar or whatever you want to call it with her, about signing up to be an affiliate or whatever their program is called. I was going to cancel it, but then I'm like, okay, I really think that it's been beneficial for me. Like, and I actually said to them, do you have an app only subscription? And they don't, but I was super pumped when they came to me and they said that they had the opportunity for me to work with them and be like an ambassador for the program, because I really like it. And you know, it's really not expensive, but I just was trying to cut things out of my budget and things like that. But I think if you try it, you will like it. And I totally stand behind it. I think that it's got some really, really important features and some really great features that are helpful and kind of like helping us decompartmentalize our thoughts and things like that. And it just kind of helps me to feel better about what I'm going about my day and doing. And then just kind of like being thankful. Like, honestly, how many times do you go through your week and you're like, oh my God, I didn't do anything this week. The house is a mess. There's laundry everywhere. When you have something like this to look at and you have to fill it out, you know what I mean? You don't have to do anything, but you're filling it out. It's kind of giving you like, oh, I am thankful. Like, I'm happy. Like, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my home, blah, 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 my health, things like that. So I think that's been really helpful and really beneficial. So anyway, I will link this below. I really appreciate you taking the time to go through this with me today, and I really hope that you try Silk+Sonder. Make sure you check out the links below, and like I said earlier, like, subscribe, comment, and share the video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.